Hi, I'm Shannon Rudisell, and I'm here today to talk about how the lake at Moss Lake is very much like me, and to explain a little bit about myself. First of all, though, I want to give you guys a little bit of a view of the lake. If you can see, there's a boat out there swimming around the lake, and it's a beautiful, a little bit chilly spring day here in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. I often have lunch here while I'm out in the field on my new job. So to explain that a little bit, I first want to talk about how I got to where I am in my life today. First of all, in September of 2005, I had gastric bypass surgery because I weighed close to 400 pounds. So I decided to have that surgery to have a healthier life, a better life, and I thought it would make some good healthy changes for me. Obviously, I don't weigh 400 pounds anymore, so that surgery was successful. However, after having that surgery within a year, because of painkillers that they gave me during the surgery, within a year I became a full-blown addict. I was taking all types of painkillers, any type of painkillers, and I had begun to be a doctor shopping addict. As a result of the doctors finding that out, I later found alcohol. I had never drank before and actually was a minister's wife at one time. And I went from that soccer mom minister's wife to, over the next few years, becoming a doctor shopping felon and alcoholic. And so my life became very much like Moss Lake. When I think about the water, how dangerous it can be to other people if safety is not used, I began to be that person who was destroying everybody around me and not just myself by my drug use and alcoholism. The Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous calls it a tornado, but I think I was very much like the lake. I drained other people, I drowned other people. I did everything I could to make sure that I stayed high all the time. And I hurt a lot of people, and a lot of people can get hurt in such a beautiful place here like Moss Lake in lots of different ways. So as a result of that, I was drinking a lot. I, like I said, had become very much a felon and was doctor shopping, stealing drugs, had lost my family, had hurt my children, had lost my husband. On September 8th, 2013, I was drunk driving and was stopped by a police officer in Cramerton, North Carolina. The police officer took me to jail, and when I blew a .38, which is 4 times the legal limit of alcohol, and I had a DT seizure in jail. That event prompted me to go to detox, and having gone to detox, I went into a treatment program in my county that was for indigenous people, meaning that it was paid for by the state to help people get clean. And I was sleeping next to a woman who had been homeless and living out of a grocery cart in this detox unit, and somehow I finally realized that I needed help. I got clean and sober through that program over the next year, and since that day, September 8th, 2013, I've not had a drug or a drink, and I have found a place in recovery. So I also want to talk about another quick thing about why I feel like my life is a lot like the lake that I've showed you. And I just want to show you again how beautiful it is and how neat the beautiful water flows, and it was such a peaceful place. Today, my life is very much like that. It's a peaceful place because of the recovery community and the higher power that I found as part of the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. Today, I can be water to other people by being a fresh drink of water to them and help them realize that their recovery is possible. I help others today in my profession as a peer support specialists in the state of North Carolina who are struggling with substance abuse and mental health issues to know that there is life after overdoses, there's life after seizures in jail, there's life after becoming a felon, and it's a good life. So I'm able to give them some peace and hope and joy. And so when I look at Moss Lake today, I think that that's very much like my life. I once was that drowning place where people could be hurt and I could hurt others, but today that same analogy still applies, because I can also be water to help others know that there's life. And that's a little bit of my story and how I feel like Moss Lake is very much like me.